Hello, David Starr with Cumulus26 here, and in this video we're going to cover publishers and adding a new one inside AMPup. Specifically, we'll be looking at, first of all, publishers in Partner Center because there's a relationship there and we need to understand the publishers in Partner Center idea first so that we can then map that over to how we deal with publishers in AMPup. Finally, we'll add an AMPup publisher so that you can see how it's done and cover the steps you'll want to take after doing so that you get everything working exactly as you'd like inside AMPup for you and your customers. As I said, we'll start with a look at publishers in Partner Center. Now, publishers in Partner Center are essentially containers for other things. And what I mean by that is that we create publishers and they hold certain informational attributes, some of which are these. With each publisher you create, you get a publisher ID, but also a partner ID and a seller ID. These are important when you want to do things like seek support from Microsoft. They'll often ask for these values, and we can find them in Partner Center. But more than that, a publisher is a container for these sorts of things. Your tax profile, that is the tax profile that you have on file with Microsoft for tax withholding on your sales of your product, the payout profile, where you get paid, a set of users and their roles for each publisher. Each publisher is a container for a set of marketplace offers. It turns out you can have more than one publisher in the marketplace, and it looks just exactly like this. You'll have multiple publishers defined inside Partner Center. Each will get the attributes that are shown here on the screen and even more things that are controlled by the publisher container. Now, why would you want multiple publishers within Partner Center? And there are various reasons that include selling in different locales or regions around the world, maybe. Also, some organizations find that there is a clean separation of their products and services when using multiple publishers. That's not to say that you need multiple publishers if you have multiple products or offers, but some organizations, typically larger ones, find value in dividing things up this way. And really, that comes down to this next concept, which is accounting. Now, why multiple publishers? Oftentimes because there are different cost or billing centers within large organizations that want to manage their set of products and services independently, or their banking information and tax information independently. If you have multiple publishers in Partner Center, you can switch in between them quite easily. And it looks like this. First, we sign into Partner Center. And secondly, go up to the top right part of the page and select your profile image. It'll look like this when you've got it selected. And whatever publishers are defined for your account will show in the drop-down. Simply select a publisher and Partner Center will sort of reset itself so that you are then looking at that account, that publisher, and all of its information that it contains. Okay, we've taken a look at publishers in Partner Center, but what about the ones in AMPup? Well, for every Partner Center publisher, we want to also define an AMPup publisher. That is to say, there is a one-to-one relationship between AMPup and Partner Center in defining publishers. And publishers within AMPup are logically also containers for other concepts like the technical configuration that gets shared to offers in Partner Center, the subscriptions that customers create when they buy your products, the notifications that you want to receive for different subscription events, for example. An example of this might be that you set up email notifications for your publisher such that with each change to a customer's subscription, you'll get an email. And finally, the landing pages that are defined inside AMPup are also contained within publishers. Now, they are associated to offers just like the technical configuration. So remember that Partner Center publishers contain offers, and the AMPup publisher contains technical configuration. We copy those values from the AMPup side over to the Partner Center offers and publish those offers. We're going to actually take a look at doing so. Here we'll drill down on actually creating a publisher in AMPup. And that means we'll do a quick demo to create a new AMPup publisher, and then I'll show you how we sync the technical configuration to our offers in Partner Center. Here, Sarah is logged into AMPup, and as you can see, there are already 4 publishers defined within AMPup. In this case, in our demo environment, we have a publisher per region or locale from which we have a sales center. But we're going to add a new publisher to correspond with a publisher we might have added in Partner Center. So let's go ahead and do that. We'll add a publisher, and we can give it any name we want, although we highly recommend that you give it a name that is going to correspond directly to the one that is created in Partner Center. That way there's just no confusion. Now for our demo purposes, however, I'm just going to call this Publisher 5, and I can put this in as a description. I'll say that this is an APAC demo publisher. And with that, we can add the new publisher. Now when we do that, AMPup takes several actions. A publisher gets created, but it will also go out and create that ever important technical configuration that we need to put on the offers in Partner Center. Let's take a look and see if that's created yet for our new publisher. So this was Publisher 5, and we go down to Public Offers and select the technical configuration, and now we can view Tech Config. You can see that, well, the tenant ID and client ID don't yet exist because they've not been generated in Azure. So let's go ahead and instruct AMPup to create those. And now with that completed, we're able to go over to Partner Center and find the offer that we want to integrate with AMPup. To do that, from the home page of Partner Center, we go into Marketplace Offers and select the SaaS offer that we want to wire up to AMPup. In this case, it'll be our AMPup demo product. From here, we select the technical configuration page, and notice that this page asks us to input 4 different values. Well, those values are exactly the ones that are provided in AMPup on the technical configuration dialog that we were just looking at. So all we have to do is copy each of these values and paste them over into Partner Center one by one by one. And once that's done, back over in Partner Center, we simply review and publish our offer, ensuring that it's ready to go live or at least into the testing environment, and then we'll publish it such that we'll be able to test our integration with AMPup. Now, how do we do that? We go to Offer Overview, and as soon as our offer reaches this stage, that is the publisher sign-off stage, we're able to test that the AMPup integration is working properly. Now, we don't need to go too far down this rabbit hole. Just be aware that the technical configuration values we've copied into our Partner Center offers are the only integration point that we really have between Partner Center and AMPup. It's that simple. Great. Now that we've got our basics of getting our technical configuration in place, let's take a look at what other things we might want to do when we're working with a new AMPup publisher. First of all, we've gone through the process. You've seen it. We create that new publisher in AMPup. And the first thing you might want to do after creating a new publisher is customize the landing page that all of your Partner Center offers are going to be pointing to, and make it reflect your brand, your color scheme, put your logos in place, etc. Next, you might want to configure notifications for that publisher. So this would include things like the email address that gets notified when a new subscription comes in from a new customer, say, or your Microsoft Teams integration. Maybe you want a Teams channel to get a notification every time a new subscription comes in. There are multiple notification integrations for each publisher within AMPup, and you can take advantage of as many as your subscription allows. Your customers receive emails from AMPup when certain things occur to their subscriptions. For example, you might choose to change a customer's subscription from one plan to another inside AMPup. And if you do so, you can configure your customer email options such that your customer will get an email from AMPup letting them know that this took place. Additionally, you can customize the emails themselves so that they can say whatever you like and be branded as you wish. Now that those things are done, and as you've already seen, we now set up our Partner Center offers with that technical configuration we get from AMPup, and then publish that offer in Partner Center. Once this is done, our offers are wired up, if you will, to AMPup, and things like subscription information will flow freely from the marketplace into AMPup for this publisher. So here are the things we went over, and they include Partner Center publishers, the concepts and ideas about them in brief, at a high level. And then we also looked at AMPup publishers, what they are, what they contain, and the fact that they map one-to-one to publishers defined in Partner Center. And then we also saw the act of adding a new publisher in AMPup. Thank you so much for watching. Visit us at Cumulus26.com to simplify your marketplace experience.